Hi guys, my name is François from the French Review, and today we just gonna talk about the DeLonghi Dedica. I mean, before we start, I have to say I haven't used this coffee machine for 6 months. I basically upgraded this coffee machine to a Sage Barista Express, and I'll explain why I like this coffee machine, things I don't really like of this coffee machine, why I've upgraded to a Sage Barista Express basically. We will try to make a coffee together, but bear in mind, I haven't used this coffee machine for 6 months, so we just gonna do everything from scratch together. Right, so I guess let's just switch on the coffee machine. You've got a power button on this side, you just have to press in. Yeah, you can see the single coffee, double coffee are flickering. Then I guess, yeah, here for the steam basically. So I do believe that same principle of the Sage Barista Express or any other coffee machine, once it's flickering, I assume this coffee machine is now ready. However, you do need a bit more time to make sure that the whole coffee machine is hot, because if you touch the portafilter right now, it's fairly cold. You've got two options here. You can either switch on the coffee machine, then wait for the coffee machine to heat up, or you can basically just use the coffee button with a coffee inside and the coffee will drip. Press a double shot espresso button to run the water through the whole system and the portafilter, which basically allows the whole machine and especially the portafilter to heat up quicker. So I guess first things on this one, this coffee machine has only pressurized baskets. It's mostly, you've got single pressurized and a double pressurized, and you do not have non-pressurized baskets. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use the grinder from the Sage Barista Express, grind some coffee and just make a coffee. It actually fits in. This is a tamper who comes with a coffee machine, so it's not the best one obviously, but it's got one, so we just tamper. There is no grinder obviously with this one. You can see basically the side between these two. What you can either do is buy pre-grinded coffee or buy a separate grinder, and you've got a spoon here, so I believe for double shot you just need 2 of them, and for a single shot 1 of them. Just tamper it as much as you can, as hard as you can, and then just put it back in. So once again, I haven't used this coffee machine for quite some time, so okay, it's locked in. Now we're going to put the coffee machine in, and we're just gonna press on the double shot espresso and see what happens. So the good things about pressurized and non-pressurized is with pressurized, even if you know an expert, you're not very comfortable of making your own coffee shots, the pressurized basket is going to be very helpful, because it's going to be really hard to mess your shots, your coffee shots. It's not like it's already done. Well, I guess we're just going to press again. There is not much coffee at the moment. That's better. So now we have the coffee shop. So as you can see, so the coffee is good. It's got a bit of creamer. I would say not as much as a coffee machine with pressurized basket, but you do have a bit of creamer. Before we work on the milk, a couple of things that I don't like about this coffee machine, but bear in mind that this is still a really good entry-level coffee machine. First of all, you do not have any flexibility. It's either single or double shot, but pressurized baskets. The quality the built-in is okay. You can tell that it's a bit plasticky somehow. It's a single boiler, and the biggest default on this one is when you have to switch from the coffee to the steam, because the temperature obviously of the boiler when you make coffee and when you make hot milk, it is not the same. It takes a bit of practice to be able to understand exactly what you have to do. Another thing is good if you have to make 1 coffee, but I find it quite challenging if you have to make 2 coffees in a row. But this is still a really good coffee machine. It makes some good coffee, and I guess if you don't mind not having the flexibility and you don't drink that much coffee, this is a really good coffee machine. And as you can see, it is really slim. But once again, the biggest downside of this one is an overheating problem with the boiler. when you have to make 2 coffees or when you have to switch from the coffee to the milk. Now we've got the cons out of the way, so let's talk about the pros. As you can see, this is a really slim coffee machine. If you haven't got a big kitchen, coffee is not big things, and you don't want your coffee machine to take too much space in the kitchen, this is perfect. Bear in mind, you do have to either get your coffee grinded already, or you do have to add a grinder, coffee grinder next to it. This coffee machine still provides a really good barista style espresso at home. So it's still a really good home setup. Let's just get on with the milk. So I think as I haven't used it for quite some time, I might be a bit rusty with the milk. So where's your pure milk? Here. Let's put it that way and just turn it like that. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. This is clearly something I've forgotten, so I will advise you to not put the steam one straight away in the milk jug, although you're gonna put water with the milk. And I will recommend you to maybe use a different cup where you can basically do it without lava. Better. That is much quicker. Let's make the milk. So the water just up for no reason. Let's try again. This is hot. It does the job, it does work. The texture is perfect for cappuccino or latte, a bit trickier for flat white, but it does work, I would say. Let's try and test it. It is a good coffee. I have to say I can tell the difference between this kind of coffee and when you can use pressurized and non-pressurized basket. You do have clearly less flexibility with the coffee. However, it does make still a good coffee. Tips. I think, if I remember well, in order to be able to make 2 coffees in a row, you do have to play with the steam basically to extract the water. It'll be easier to change the temperature for the boiler between the milk and the coffee. Just press this button. You're gonna have a lot of water. Get a cup. We can do it actually right now. You can hear the noise, and it should stop. And now it's ready. The boiler is less hot and make a second coffee basically, and it should be easier. But it can be quite challenging to switch from one to another. This is a really good coffee machine. I think for the price is £150, 200 euros. This is not bad. Not even half of the price of the Sage Barista Express. Still a really good coffee machine. The reason why I did upgrade from the DeLonghi to the Sage Barista Express is just for the barista experience. Be able to do a coffee from scratch really and have the flexibility of doing the coffee as you like it. I wanted to move away from pressurized basket to non-pressurized basket and have a grinder to just be able to grind your beans basically, because there is nothing better than be able to grind your beans and then straight away pour a coffee shot. You will get better coffee. That's me done about this coffee machine. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe or hit the bell. If you have a DeLonghi Dedica Espresso or any other coffee machine that you would like to share your experience, or if you have any question, please let me know. Write a comment and I'll come back to you.